I'm Dr. Maria. I have a PhD in conflict analysis and resolution from Nova Southeastern University. I studied, my elementary, middle, and high school here in Rabat American School. And then I went to the United States where I did my bachelor's degree, my master's, and my PhD. My bachelor's at Lynn University in Boca Raton, and my master's and PhD at Nova Southeastern University. I started at the DGSN back in 2009, and since then I started off at the Direction of Judiciary Police in the head of NCB, National Central Bureau, Interpol. And then in 2015, I was promoted to the Director General's Cabinet. And then back in 2000, I think a year later, we started the International Police Cooperation Unit at the Director General's Cabinet. And actually, at the moment, I'm the head of that unit. Since I was young, I always loved being a police officer. I think it was all those Nancy Drew books and Agatha Christie books, which I was always fascinated by police and police work and the role of security officers and how everyone looked up to them. So I think it's kind of, that's how it originated. And then going on in my studies, I was always fascinated by the security field, because at the end of the day, it's a foundation. In any country, security is the foundation. See, I never really thought of it that way. I thought of it as a field that I'm interested in. It's a field where I can contribute. It's a field where I believe that when you love something and you're passionate about it, you're going to evolve in that area. So I never really thought of it as a man-dominated field, or yes, it's true. Police originally, it was there were males. There were male police officers. And it was until, I think the first female police officer group was back in 2004. I think that's where that was the first group of female police officers. So it's recent, I have to admit. But working here, I don't feel that gender really has an impact on what we do, It's a domain where you need both men and women. And at the same time, you don't feel that there's a gender gap. Honestly, no. And again, given my background, and just to kind of explain why we're doing this interview in English, I spoke English. I came here, started my first day at the DGSN, barely speaking any French or Arabic dialect. The thing is, I was welcomed by an amazing group of people that really considered me being different as an addition to this family. And from then, I think that's what made me want to stay, that's for sure, but also it's what made me want to keep giving back to this general directorate. It's something that I'm grateful for, and it just gives also an idea of the leaders that we work with. And yes, they're male, but It doesn't mean that they haven't, allowed women to, excel or become head of units or head of a laboratory or, we have women in every field of our, every domain of our field. We have women in mounted police, women in canine units, women in, drug units. We have women everywhere. So it's not like there's any barrier, or I know there's the whole idea of the glass ceiling. Personally, again, and I'm talking just out of my own experience, I don't see that here. I really see at this moment, we're with leaders that believe in a system of merit. And I know it's rare. My efforts. Honestly, I believe in group work. I have an amazing team, and which is composed of men and women. And I don't think that I can say I personally do something myself. I say that my unit as a whole tries to do the best to fulfill this role as liaison officers and ensure that, when we receive specific requests, we handle them in time, that we're both operational, but at the same time, there's a technical aspect to our job that I think is crucial to law enforcement. Law enforcement isn't just composed of the operational component. There's also a technical side, and that technical side is composed of being able to share with our international partners our expertise and learn from them. So it's a exchange of best practices, exchange of information, and witnessing all that is truly it illustrates how much we've developed and how Moroccan security services are truly advanced. I'm married and I have a baby boy. Okay. To balance between my work life and my professional life. Honestly, it's difficult at times, especially since my baby boy's gonna be 2 next month. So it's been tough, but at the end of the day, again, and I know this is gonna maybe sound like I'm exaggerating, but we have leaders that get it. They understand at the end of the day, whether you're a woman or a man, you have family responsibilities. Sometimes you have to take time off, or sometimes you have to leave because you have a family situation. I'm fortunate to have a very understanding husband because his father used to be a police officer as well. So coming from a family of police officers, well, his father and his brothers, he gets it. So it makes it so much easier. Keep doing what you're doing and follow your dreams and, reach, the sky's the limit. And I really mean that. But my message isn't just for women. It's for all children and for all, men and women, girls and boys. If you want something, go for it. If it's the end of the day, you want to make sure that, you set goals and you do everything in your power to accomplish those goals. No regrets. And I think that's the key. And again, I grew up in a family where I had my older brother, but there was no difference between my older brother and myself. We grew up with parents that taught us, you know, you're both the same.